So if you remember way back when from our very first episode, we were talking about going back to the basics and keeping things simple. We were talking about breaking posture and making sure that that happens so that you didn't get punched or elbowed in the face, which, that can really make it more difficult to do the things you want to do from the guard position. So we talked a lot about the theory, breaking posture. We talked about when they're punching, going outside of the punch, going inside of the punch, and then just recently we talked with Kung Fu Will Bernales about going outside the punch with both arms and getting the cross overhook. And now we're going to discuss what happens if the guy is a little less wily in your guard and he's using his hands rather than a punch to keep good posture so that he can do other things. So now we're going to talk about ways to break posture. Okay, now, these aren't, by no means are these all the possible ways to break posture, depending on the different configurations of his arms. But these ones, hopefully will give you a good set of tools to start working with. So from right here, he's going to be controlling my hips here. And a lot of times you'll see guys doing this and just pulling that and getting the posture broken that way. But when the guys, sometimes you might get lucky, be putting pressure on and then pull with the legs and then get that posture broken. But to that, that one's simple. Hopefully it works. Most times it doesn't. He's gonna be pretty tough to pull here. So what you'll want to do is you want to reach behind his elbows, okay, and you're going to use your fingertips right behind his elbows here, and you want to flare his elbows out. At the same time, see how I sat up to grab those elbows. At the same time, I'm going to rock back, flare, and pull my legs. This posture will break. I get my overhook, climb the body, and get my high guard, my rubber guard, whatever you want to call it. And now I'm sitting in a position where I can collect myself and figure out what I want to do from here. Once again, he's here. Sometimes his elbows are down and he's trying to dig those elbows into your thighs to pry open your guard. Yeah. So again, same thing. I sit up, get the elbows, I flare them out, and I rock back and pull with my legs. Breaks his posture. Immediately go to that deep overhook and rubber guard or high guard position. Another thing you might want to do is, again, if he's really digging in hard, or maybe you're trying to pull this and you won't let those elbows flare. Your next option is to trap these fingers here, grab behind the elbow, start sitting up, both hands go here now. You're trapping this so you can't move it. You're grabbing the elbow and then starting to sit up. Once you've got the pressure from your hand and your abs on his palm, it's going to be a lot harder for him to remove his hand. You're going to do a side crunch, trying to touch his fingernails to the back of his forearm here, and you're going to pull with your elbows for the wrist lock. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very key to use those abs to finish off this wrist lock. 2, 3, 4. If you get the wrist lock, that's gravy. A lot of times though, what will happen is you're here, and as you start to tweak it, he'll take it off. Perfect. Pull him back down, and I've got him in the high guard. Here, sit up, it goes there. I pull with my legs. Overhook, foot in the hip, rubber guard position. The wrist lock is actually pretty low percentage, but it works very well for getting his hands off your body. And it works really nice because, again, if he feels like every time he's touching your body, he's getting cranked, he's gonna want to keep his hands off you a lot more. Kind of maybe start doing this kind of stuff or this kind of stuff. And again, that's easy. That's an easy posture break. Okay, which is great. So one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or he pulls it off, pull, and back into the rubber guard. The next one is he goes into more of a traditional jiu-jitsu posture here. Hand in the solar plexus, hand in the hip. This wrist lock is still available. Okay, and if he takes it out, so is the posture break. But if you want to attack this high arm, you're going to trap the hand here, you're going to go underneath, you're going to pull with your legs, and you're going to remove the hand, right into your overhook on the other side. Okay. Let's switch hands so they can see it from this side. Trap the hand, go underneath, and this is one motion. I remove it from my chest, and at the same time, pull with my legs. Overhook, foot in the hip, high guard. The next one is his hands go to my biceps. Okay, you might see this a little bit more often in an MMA situation where he has to deal more with my punching too. Okay, from here again, I always like the ones that give him an excuse to not put his hands on me. So what I want to do is bring my hands together and clap. Once I clap, I bring my elbow slightly high, I hug it down, and then I sit up and crunch for the wrist lock. What I'm trying to do with this one is get his thumb to go down, and I want to bend the wrist this way. Okay, let's have it open your hand so you can see the leverage a little bit better too. There. So he's got my biceps. Reach up, give me some pressure. So he's got my biceps. I come up, I pull my elbow down with my other hand, and sit up. Okay. There's your wrist lock, and again, probably not going to get that as a submission, but he'll really want to remove his hand, which gives me the posture break. Okay. One more time. He's here. Come in. Wrist lock. He pulls it out. I pull with my leg. Get my high guard, rubber guard position. Once more. I'm here. Clap. Roll the elbow. Pull it down. Sit up. He removes it. Now I can pull. Sometimes I don't get the rubber guard. Sometimes I don't get the high guard. This is still better than this. You can punch from here. I love Sensei Paulson's deal here where he just slides the hand up and palm strikes. Boom. Then comes back with the elbow on the teardrop. Ooh. And that's bad for me. Especially once I open my legs. Once I open my legs, it's very hard for me to break his posture now. I'm pretty much committed in more trying to keep him away now, as opposed to trying to break him, bring him in. Keeping him away is fine because he can't hurt me as much. But now my submission options are a lot fewer. So I like to try to keep my legs crossed as long as I can.